Alright, working on the gate. The first thing to look at is this wood. So this wood was just your basic like outdoor fence wood. Just went through and did a Minwax poly shades in the Bombay mahogany color, as you can see. And the polyurethane in one turns out okay, but this is going to be outdoor, so I need to put like a lot of polyurethane on this. My take on that is actually just to spray it with clear. All right, the Rust-Oleum clear. Now I was thinking about gloss, but I went with the satin. But let's take a quick look here. Kind of doing it at an angle. I want to end up with a lot of material on these. Okay, the wind is not cooperating because I want this to last. I'll show you the other part of the gate. Yep, can't spray right now. Too windy. If you have a look, it'll turn out really good once we're able to get everything thoroughly covered. And I'm probably just going to do one just to show. Then when I get a nice sunny day with no wind, I'm going to do the rest. And I got to get a whole bunch more cans. The clear is tough. You got to watch the runs. So there's no clear, and it's the satin, so it's gonna, the sheen's gonna go down a little bit. But all these little pieces of wood are pre-cut, and the gate is prefabbed. I had this part fabricated from a guy, so these are the correct measurements. They're made up. I got hinges, I got plates. I specifically asked to just leave the backing so I could pull the wood out, and then I'm gonna put the wood in after it's all cleared and finished, put the backing on, put some screws through, like machine screws, bolt it all together, assuming I like it exactly how it is. Then I'll paint it in a black. I was gonna do gloss, but I'm actually thinking about doing like a more flat, maybe even a satin black, because it would match the front door of my house. But this guy was good. He did a nice job. We got the hinges and everything, but we didn't communicate very well, and he came up with this type of latch, like your basic hasp, and I'm not, I'm putting a lot of work in these. So these were $1,000 to fabricate the two gates. And I could do this, but I don't really have the skill set. So he put the arc on these, he bought the scrolls, welded everything, like what he did is great. But I want a doorknob. So I ordered a lock box. So I'm going to weld the lock boxes on and then make sure everything lines up, probably mount it. Then I'll come back and then I'll paint it. So to be continued. All right, here's where we're at. So like I was saying last video, it's been a week, by the way. I love the door. I think it turned out sweet. I want a doorknob. So I got what they call like the lock box, or they had a few different words for it, but I got off eBay. It was like, or Amazon, I think it was like $10. So I measured up where it's gonna be. I'll put the door handle or knob at like 36 inches from the ground. And then I marked this up. I cut the square stock exactly how wide this is going to be, so I'm keeping everything the same length. I just basically removed this amount of material, which is the exact amount I needed to have it be the same. You can see a little bit of a difference here. That's about an 1/8 inch from where I ran the cutoff wheel through on each side, but this will be perfect. Then I'm going to tack this in, and I actually don't even own a welder. I borrowed this from my neighbor, so it's no gas, it's not going to be the best welds, but this is flux core and everything. But I'll get this tacked in, run a bead, figure out where this board was going to be, mark the board up. I'll cut a square out of the board to make room for the lock box, and then weld it all up, get this clean. I'm going to get it painted. We're going to start clearing the boards outside. You got your chaqueta now. Okay, so that's what we're up to. I'm gonna probably go pretty low.
Wait, you want me to pause it or I paused
keep
it?
it paused right now.
Okay.
Let me do
Wait, hold up. I go for it?
the breaker. Practicing. That's a crooked line.
Yeah.
But there you go. All right. All right.
So looks worse than yours, though. Let's see.
Maybe not.
I'll cut it off, though.
Can, yeah, I'll cut it for you. Do it. It's gonna be hotter and slower. Yeah, you put me to shame already. Come on now. All right, you're up for the next one too.
This one?
Yep.
Well, this one's more even, so I just fill it probably more right here.
Yeah.
Like, so this one had to go a little bit more like this.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Or cut it.
Careful, it doesn't burn through. I heard it a little hollow. That's all right. We'll fill that little hole
Yeah.
right there, just because the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it rolling. All right, so this is the board cut out for the other lock box. So kind of, I brought the board over, lined it up on the one that we're welding on. I used that one to make sure it's really precise. Ran a jigsaw. Now I'm gonna drill a hole right here so I can start the jigsaw in the middle and go to the corner, so I have nice square, nice tight corners. And then I'll stain all the edges, and then I'm gonna clear coat all these boards, just Rust-Oleum style. So let's see how this goes. All right, so here's my cut. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it over, do a test fit. If I have to, I'll make a little mark where I need to trim, and I want to get it really tight to that other lock box. So it should be pretty good, but it all depends on exactly how that box is sitting on the other one. So let me test fit it.
No, it's horrible.
I don't think so. Yeah, but not even that hard.
Huh?
Go more. A little deeper. Good.
Oh, you feel it?
Yeah, that went through the block.
All right, ready?
Yep. Good. Stop. Bingo.
I didn't feel.
More. There you go. Right there. Good. Continuamos.
Puro one up.
wee wee, oh wee wee. 12 foot-pounds. Alright, so you got the wood in there. Just put these straps on. These straps are going to be held in by bolts. So that way, if the wood does rot over time, which it's cleared pretty extensively, so it shouldn't, I'd be able to change them. So right now that it's all pre-fit, pull these straps back off and paint them, assemble it, and it'll be getting hung here in a minute. It's starting to look like something now. So pull these couple boards. These are just kind of hanging here where we drilled through for that strap, and I was doing a little adjustment on the hinges here, just trying to get it really tight so that this latch will go ahead and grab. So now that I got it mounted, I'm gonna test close it. I can see exactly where that little latch, like it's gonna be, you know, the striker or whatever is gonna drop into the hole. So I can make a mark right there, right centered. Then I'm gonna drill. See, it left me a nice little mark. I'm gonna drill and get ready to mount the plate. Alright, so same as a regular door jamb. Should be able to get it right about here. Right, so it's going pretty good. It's fun. It's interesting. Alrighty. So it definitely turned out maybe a little darker than I'd like, but it's a deep dark, nice color. All buttoned up here. Opens nice. Closes perfect. Obviously anchored very well, so should be lifetime type of thing. Just had a chip to get them landed right. I had to pull a little something tricky here. This is backwards because the way that this accepts the latch would hit the stopper, the plate right here on the lockbox. So rather than make a big thing and try to get another one of these or cut this off, I just put it backwards. I'm good with it. So, super pumped. Feel like it looks really good. I like it. And I'll have about $1,100 into this one and the other one that I haven't really gotten together yet. But it's pretty nice.